Rose is next. Donald at +6. He began the day 2 off the lead, but went out in 42 and faded from contention. But here is Justin Rose. It has been 68 majors since an Englishman last won one. It was Nick Faldo at the '96 Masters. There's been so many good English players: Luke Donald, Poulter, Westwood, Paul Casey, and now Rose has a chance.
The most important tee shot of his life.
And he just has to block out the shot that he just saw and focus on his swing keys right now. This is down the right side. Don't know if it's going to catch the fairway. Needs to work its way back a little bit.
It is fine, Noah. And how about that? At first thought that might have been the Hogan plaque, but it's not.
Back up at 18.
The wait is just about over for Justin Rose.
He's got the exact same yardage that he had on 17, 229 to the hole. I'm sure he'd like to hit the exact same kind of shot.
Rose at +1.
Got the ball above his feet.
Mickelson behind him.
Very little wind, a little bit right to left.
With a makeable birdie putt at 16.
This is starting at the center and drawing. If he's got the distance, it's a good shot.
Is it ever a good shot? That was drilled.
That's a good leave right there. That's a very good leave. Uphill little putt, maybe a chip. Very fine shot. That was pure.
This guy will have a lot to do with that. He's got a fairway medal from the back.
This is a very, very smart play here. I think to be able to hit the ball flush and just get it up there within 2 feet. That second shot he hit was almost impossible to get it close. That's about as close as you can get it almost, unless you hit it 1 out of 100, because the green goes away from the players.
I agree, Johnny. Anything to take the nerves out at this point, and he's got the exact same lies, just a little bit more uphill. Just has to be careful not to get too much loft on it.
Tap-in par for Justin Rose, who has risen to the occasion on this Sunday at Merion. Final round 70.
What a great par that was. That was under pressure. The drive, the second, and the third were fantastic.
5 birdies, 5 bogeys, 8 pars for Justin Rose. And a look to the heavens. And you just might speculate that he could be thinking about his dad, Ken.
Well, that was a pretty little shot with that 3-wood from off the green that could have gone in.
Deep breath, eyes closed. This was left in the progression for Justin Rose, a major championship.
Fighting back tears right now.
He is. What a gut-wrenching finish. He is. Hoping that it's good enough. In his 37th major start, Justin Rose hugging his good friend, fellow Englishman Luke Donald, who will have to wait for his first major another turn. 75 for Donald, who is in his 40th major. And Justin Rose, one of the most likable golfers in the world, just might have put a U.S. Open title away with this deft little shot with a fairway medal from the back. He's going to force Mickelson to birdie one of the last 2.
That's the kind of stuff champions are made of. Really played those 5 holes that last 5 that were so tough. Except for the 3-putt at 16, played them flawlessly.
Justin going into the clubhouse with his wife, Kate. Reminds us a little bit about weather. So aware of the history here at Merion. You saw Justin Rose checking out some of the pictures on the walls inside the clubhouse, and he is about ready to come out as he comes out with Glenn Nager, the president of the USGA, about to be recognized as a part of that Merion special class of champions here in the 18th USGA championship played here. There's Mike Davis, the executive director of the USGA. He set up the golf course as the USGA brought this championship back to this quaint little gem in this neighborhood in Ardmore, PA.
It's just what Rose needed, a major championship, because he's got the game. And look at him. He is so happy. Cannot get much happier than that. It's his 5th win on tour. First major.
And you get the sense by just him coming out, he is just one of the most well-liked gentlemen out here on tour.
It's nice that Jason Day to come out and congratulate him. If Jason could have parred that last hole and put the pressure on him a bit, at +2, Rose's par might not have been quite so easy.
And shaking hands with all the guy, Buddy Marucci, big figure here with his championship, Walker Cup captain here, and Tom O'Toole of the USGA, and just about ready to become reality.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Glenn Nager. I'm the president of the United States Golf Association. We hope you enjoyed the excitement experience of the 113th United States Open. With it, with a heritage that dates back to 1895, the United States Open is a unique championship. It remains a showcase for the greatest skills in the game, to test the finest players in the game, their shot-making skills, their physical endurance, their mental endurance. Some questioned whether or not Merion's famed and formidable East Course could still provide that test. Well, she's clearly spoken. She can, and she did. Justin Rose's victory this week is an extraordinary accomplishment. He richly deserves his place in the rich history of the United States Open and America's national championship. Justin becomes the 5th player to win the U.S. Open here at Merion, joining 1934 champion Olin Dutra, 1950 champion Ben Hogan, 1971 champion Lee Trevino, and 1981 champion David Graham. Justin, for your victory this week, I have the honor of presenting you with 2 distinguished awards. First is the Nicklaus Medal in recognition of your victory and the place that you take in history with 4-time United States Open champion Jack Nicklaus. And second, I have the honor of presenting you with the United States Open Trophy, the time-honored emblem of our national championship.
Justin, congratulations. You were very emotional after holding out at 18, then when signing your scorecard with your wife, Kate, alongside you. To the extent that you're comfortable, what were those emotions about?
Well, you know, it wasn't lost on me that today is Father's Day, and before I get too emotional, you know, happy Father's Day to all of you guys out there, and, you know, I think, you know, a lot of us come from great men, and we have that responsibility to our children to show them what a great man can be, and that was my goal today, just to sort of carry myself in a way that I could be proud when I came off the golf course. And for it just all to work out for me on such an emotional day. I just couldn't help but look up to the heavens and think that my old dad Ken had something to do with it.
You burst on the scene as just a 17-year-old at the British in 1998. Great things were forecast for you, and eventually you put together an excellent career. But this was your 37th major start before the breakthrough. Had you begun to wonder if it would ever happen?
Well, yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, I hadn't really given myself many great chances, and took a lot of sort of encouragement from Adam Scott, great friend of mine, wonderful golfer, and I kind of saw how he's gone about playing major championships. And he sent me a fantastic text message after the Masters when we were sort of going back and forth, and he said, your time's coming soon, and he's a wise man.
Much has been made about the glorious history of Merion. Your tee shot at 18 as you closed in on the championship landed virtually on top of the Hogan plaque, the iconic one-iron shot. There's no one-iron in anybody's bag anymore. What did you hit, and did you notice how close you were to the plaque?
I did. I mean, when I came over the hill and I saw my ball lying in the middle of the fairway, and just what a beautiful setting this is here at 18, and I thought, this is my moment. I've seen that Ben Hogan photograph a million times, and suddenly it was me hitting from the middle of the fairway with pretty much a good iron shot and 2 putts to win the championship. So I just tried not to get too ahead of myself, and obviously it wasn't quite 2 putts, but I hit a beautiful 4-iron into the green, and I'm just so glad it all worked out.
This moment is yours. You've expressed yourself very well. Anything else you'd like to say?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Philadelphia has been my town. Yeah.
You know how to work a crowd, don't you?
Oh, man. I had such good support here all week, and there were a lot of people in the crowd who remembered me from Aronimink, 2010 AT&T that I won here, and I felt like I had a lot of goodwill in the crowd. And obviously, Phil Mickelson, rightly so, fan favorite. The way he carries himself, I've got nothing but great sort of things to say about Phil. And being Father's Day, I think he needs a big shout out for how he handled himself as a father this week with his daughter's graduation and coming back to play the tournament and doing such a fantastic job.
Again, Justin, congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Dan, as you know, Justin Rose, one of the most popular players on tour, and now the U.S. Open champion.
Father's Day here in the U.S., Bob. The rose is the official flower of Father's Day, and Justin Rose got it done today. He spoke so highly of Phil Mickelson. We'll hear from the runner-up again, Phil.